Imagine standing in the middle of a scorching desert, where temperatures soar above 120 degrees Fahrenheit, 50 degrees Celsius. The wind hurls sand into your face. Every step sinks into loose dunes, and planting just a handful of trees can take an entire day. For decades, this was the harsh reality of fighting desertification. It demanded endless human labor, incredible endurance, and enormous sacrifice. But today, something extraordinary is changing that story. A futuristic robot is quietly roaming across vast deserts, without a driver, without a crew, and without stopping. Every 5 seconds it plants another tree. Every hour, it plants 2,000 seedlings. And unlike traditional methods that often struggled with survival, this intelligent machine helps nearly 90% of those trees stay alive. It isn't science fiction anymore. It is happening right now. What makes this machine so fascinating isn't just its speed, it's the fact that it thinks. Imagine watching a vehicle glide across endless sand dunes, completely on its own. There is no steering wheel being turned, no workers following behind. At the front, a trenching tool slices open the sand with perfect precision. Seconds later, a robotic arm gently places a young sand willow seedling into the trench. Immediately afterward, another system injects exactly the right amount of water before the soil is closed again. The entire sequence, from cutting the sand to watering the sapling, takes only 5 seconds. Then the robot moves forward and repeats the process over and over again, like an automated factory built for nature. In just 1 hour, this remarkable machine can plant around 2,000 trees. That's enough to cover roughly 1 Chinese mu of land in only 19 minutes. More importantly, unlike human workers, the robot doesn't need rest breaks, meals, or sleep. It can continue operating around the clock, 24 hours a day, as long as fresh seedlings and water are supplied. In many ways, the desert has become its assembly line. But speed alone doesn't explain why people around the world are paying attention. The true innovation lies inside the robot's digital brain. Using China's Beidou satellite navigation system together with advanced computer vision, the vehicle constantly scans its surroundings while driving autonomously. It recognizes sand dunes, fallen branches, rocks, and uneven terrain, steering around obstacles without any human assistance. Instead of simply following pre-programmed routes, it continuously adapts to the changing landscape. Even more impressive is its artificial intelligence system. Thousands of environmental measurements are collected in real time. The robot monitors soil moisture, wind direction, humidity, and ground conditions before making instant decisions. If the sand is extremely dry, the machine digs slightly deeper and injects additional water to give the seedling a better chance of survival. If recent rainfall has already provided enough moisture, it automatically reduces the water supply to avoid waste. Every tree receives its own customized planting strategy based on real-time environmental data. This level of precision has dramatically improved survival rates. Traditional manual planting in harsh desert conditions often achieved survival rates of around 60%. Thanks to AI-driven adjustments, the new system reportedly raises that figure to nearly 90%. In practical terms, that means far fewer dead seedlings, lower costs, and much faster restoration of damaged ecosystems. To truly appreciate this achievement, it's important to understand what desert planting looked like before automation. For decades, workers battled extreme heat while kneeling directly on burning sand. Before a single tree could even be planted, they first had to construct straw checkerboard grids designed to stabilize shifting dunes. Only then could they begin planting seedlings by hand, one after another under the relentless desert sun. The work was physically exhausting. Temperatures often reached between 104 and 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Workers spent entire days crawling across unstable sand, their knees burned by the ground, their hands covered in blisters, their lips cracked from dehydration, and their eyelashes filled with blowing dust. After a full day's labor, a single worker might complete only one small section of land. It wasn't simply planting trees, it was a battle against nature itself. When videos of the autonomous tree planting robot began circulating online, international audiences reacted with amazement. Many viewers compared the machine to something straight out of a science fiction movie. One popular comment joked that the robot plants a tree every 5 seconds, while it had taken the commenter nearly half an hour just to plant a lemon tree in their backyard. Another person humorously replied that their lemon tree had died anyway. Others saw something much more significant. A commenter from Texas reflected on how previous generations had struggled against devastating dust storms across the American Great Plains. They suggested that technologies like this could have transformed those efforts decades ago. Many readers agreed, pointing out that while political debates about climate change often dominate headlines, practical engineering solutions can produce immediate environmental improvements. Perhaps the most emotional responses came from countries facing their own desertification challenges. A viewer from Kenya shared that their hometown continues to lose land to expanding deserts. During severe dust storms, visibility becomes so poor that families sometimes need lights even during daylight hours. Watching an autonomous robot successfully planting thousands of trees gave them hope that similar technology might one day help protect vulnerable communities across Africa. Engineers also began analyzing the machine's design. Experts praised how multiple complex systems, trenching, robotic planting, soil covering, precision irrigation, satellite navigation, obstacle detection, and AI decision-making had all been integrated into one fully autonomous platform. Individually, none of these technologies are entirely new. The breakthrough comes from combining them into a single machine capable of working independently in one of the world's harshest environments. This development also reflects a broader transformation in environmental restoration. Desertification affects millions of square kilometers worldwide, threatening agriculture, biodiversity, water supplies, and human livelihoods. Traditional restoration projects often require enormous labor forces and significant financial resources. Automation offers the possibility of scaling those efforts dramatically while reducing costs and improving consistency. China has spent decades investing in large-scale anti-desertification programs across regions such as the Kabuki and Muuz deserts. Once considered symbols of barren landscapes, parts of these regions have gradually become greener through sustained planting, sand stabilization, and ecological restoration. Technologies like autonomous planting robots could accelerate similar projects in the future by increasing efficiency while reducing the physical burden on workers. Of course, no single robot can eliminate desertification overnight. Successful ecosystem restoration still depends on appropriate tree species, long-term water management, favorable climate conditions, soil improvement, and continuous maintenance. Planting trees is only the first step in creating healthy, self-sustaining ecosystems. Yet automation provides an important new tool that could make large-scale restoration more practical than ever before. Perhaps the greatest achievement of this technology isn't simply that it plants trees quickly, it's that it changes who must bear the hardest work. For generations, thousands of people sacrificed their health and strength to fight expanding deserts by hand. Today, intelligent machines can shoulder much of that burden, allowing human workers to supervise, manage, and improve restoration efforts, rather than endure endless physical hardship. Technology often impresses us with faster computers, smarter phones, or more powerful artificial intelligence. But sometimes, its greatest purpose is far simpler. It protects people from dangerous work. It helps restore damaged environments. It allows future generations to inherit healthier landscapes than those left behind. If autonomous tree planting robots continue to improve and become more widely available, deserts that once symbolized hopelessness may gradually transform into forests filled with life. What once required blistered hands, endless determination, and years of labor may now become a partnership between human vision and machine precision. And perhaps that is the most inspiring part of this story. Behind every line of code, every satellite signal, every robotic arm, and every AI decision lies a simple human dream: to turn barren land green again, to protect communities from advancing deserts, and to leave the planet better than we found it. Sometimes, the future doesn't arrive with flying cars or giant space stations. Sometimes, it quietly rolls across the sand, planting one tree every 5 seconds.